Hey guys, welcome back. It's the Zone 18 podcast. I'm live again in the studio, and today it's just me and Rainy Days in here, but we're gonna make it do what it do. You know what I mean? So let's go here. So let's basically go right here to our sponsor, Ice Mountain, 100% natural spring water. Stay hydrated, stay thirsty, people. You know what I mean? You gotta drink some Ice Mountain. You know what I mean? Then we got the next sponsor, Meet Connect. You tired of paying the high ass cable bill? Holla at Meet Connect. You get all of the channels. I mean, everything. You got the NBA Finals. You got NFL. You got NBA. I said NBA. You got Netflix. You got HBO Max, Hulu. Anything that you ever think of that's on TV or streaming services, you could basically get with Meet Connect. Follow him on Instagram, Meet Connect, or DM me personally, and I put you in connect with the connect. So anyway, then go ahead, Rainy Days.
Hey guys, your girl Rainy Days here from the Level Podcast. Make sure you follow us on YouTube at the LVL Podcast Team. We do a lot of dope shit. We do geek pop culture. I have a TikTok. Make sure you follow me on TikTok at underscore rainy no at rainy days underscore is my TikTok. For my what the fuck WWE segment. It's a whole lot of fun every day. When there's rain, there's shine. On any day. Rainy days out.
Got you. All right. So now this week I'm gonna do a little bit different, right?
A little bit.
So it's a topic that I've been thinking about, right? And I had to put this together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was strolling through social media, and I had to really think about it to myself, right? About like there's it's a lot of music and musicians out there, right? But if somebody had to go, who would they be, right? So then I came up with this great one, right? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go to it. Boom. You know what I mean? So you got R. Kelly, you got Luther Vandross, you got Chris Brown, and you got Usher. If one person on this list had to go and all of their music, who would it be? You know what I mean?
We just
So
talk about the artist and the music, right?
the artist and the music, you know what I
Nothing else.
mean?
No other
Nothing else.
outliers.
So, like
Okay.
example, so if you got rid of R. Kelly, right, you will basically get rid of Contagious. You know what I mean? That he wrote for Ronald Osley. You know what I mean? You would get rid of Laundromat that he wrote for Nivea. You know, if you get rid of Luther Vandross, you would get rid of Jay Z. Excuse me, Miss, because that's a sample of that. Remember when Kanye did Slow Jams, right, with the Luther Vandross sample? If you got rid of Luther, you would be getting rid of that. You know. Then you got Chris Brown. Then you got Usher. You know what I mean? So go ahead, right? If you had to think in your mind quickly, you know what I mean, had a debate for somebody to get off this list, who would you get off this list?
Probably Usher. That'd probably be the person I had to choose. I mean, I know people want to say R. Kelly, but if we only talk about music wise, R. Kelly influenced a lot of music. Like a lot of music. B2K, Nivea, um, Trey songs. Shoot. Even some Chris Brown's and Usher songs. Like R. Kelly, it's like he is the step in the name of love. Like I don't, it's just I would only say why I say it's hard. I know people probably say Chris Brown because he's younger, but I feel like Chris Brown has a better collection than Usher. So of music, Chris Brown can do any type of genre if you allow him to. He is the true epitome of art. Like he's an artist. Like it doesn't just stop at music. He takes his music and he conveys it so much. Like from rapping, it's just hard. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let Usher because I was gonna say Luther Vandross, but then you started saying samples and shit, and I'm like, damn, you're right. If I get real Luther, I get real a lot of good samples, and I love Soul Jam. So
Yeah, so my thing is with it, and I thought the same thing, right? But me and my wife had a great argument back and forth because the first thing that I said was Usher, right? Because I was like, Usher, what does he really do for me when I think about it? Now, granted, Confessions was a great album.
I love Confessions.
You know what I mean? It was a great album.
I
But
love 8701. That was my album, man. I bumped that shit until it broke.
it's just it's just the crazy thing about it is it's like the younger generation would quit. The first thing she said out her mouth was, "Well, I would get rid of Luther." But I say, okay, you want to get rid of Luther, right? But I was like, you gotta think about the Kanye slow jabs. You gotta think about the old Mario and Let Me Hold You Down. You know what I mean? That's a sample of Luther. I mean, shit. What's the Kendrick Lamar song right now? Luther. You know what I mean? I mean Jay-Z, Excuse Me, Miss. You know, he stole it from Luther. You know what I mean? What's If This World Was Mine? You know what I mean? And I feel like all the old people love Luther. Yeah, there was a reason they love Luther. You know what I mean? R. Kelly, I cannot get rid of R. Kelly. R. Kelly is the king of hip hop. I mean, king of R&B. I don't care what nobody says with R. Kelly. You know what I mean? When you think about R. Kelly, you think I Believe I Could Fly. You think about Edition, the remix. Step in the Name of Love. You even said Step in the Name of Love. You remind me of my Jeep. You know what I mean? Contagious. You know what I mean? Like B2K, bump, bump, bump.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
B2K, like play songs, like
you can't get rid of R. Kelly, man. Like you just can't get rid of R. Kelly. Michael Jackson, You Were Not Alone. That was written by R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy of all the songs that you know of that was written by R. Kelly. And R. Kelly's not even a sampled artist when you think about it. Nobody's really sampling him like how they're doing Luther. You know what I mean? And then Chris Brown to me is next to R. Kelly on this list of one of the greats. Whereas then Chris Brown has some good songs, right? Chris Brown has some good moments. He has some hits. But I can make an argument though, and I want to know how you feel about this. So let's go around the room, right? On this, and I'm gonna go Chris Brown last. R. Kelly. What is R. Kelly's most classic album?
His most classic album. Don't get me wrong.
If he had a classic album, so okay. Well, you think of
R. names of the
okay.
I'm gonna say Ignition by default because that's what I remember, but I don't remember the album.
You think about the Chocolate Factory album.
The Chocolate Factory. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
The Chocolate Factory. Yeah. Right? Mine for R. Kelly would be TP2.com. You know what I mean? That had I Wish, you know what I mean, and all that on there. Right? Yeah. That's cool. Luther. I can't name Luther's album off the top of my head. But it was the one where he was like this, because when they did
is it called like Vandross or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when they do that little lean on the album cover, it's gonna be fire, just like Thriller. You feel me? Like it's gonna be fire. Usher. I don't care what nobody say. Confessions was Usher's classic album. His best album, right? But when it comes to Chris Brown, name Chris Brown's best album. What is his classic album?
It's the first one. It's Chris Brown. It's the first. I think the first one is his. I know we also got Forever. We also got what was the other one he had? From the Fans or For My Fans or something. It was like an acronym. He got Fame. I think it was called Fame or something like that.
Fame.
Fame. Yeah, like I can name at least 3 Chris Brown albums that probably.
But what Chris Brown album can you listen to from front to back like you can Confessions?
The first one, the one with the one with Running, Popping, like.
Okay, so you say the very first Chris Brown album.
Let me Google because it's one Chris Brown album I listened to front to back. The one he had, Baby Tonight. That was my John Jackson, you that album, I think it's called X or something like that. That album was
X 2014.
Yes, I listened to that album front and back. Like Chris, like this dude sold out a Super Bowl. He had a Super Bowl as an artist. None of them artists did that.
I mean, I think
his concert was a Super Bowl, Carl.
When you say Chris has a classic album, though, think about it, though. Like, okay, when you think about Dr. Dre, you think about The Chronic, right? When you think about Snoop, you think about Doggy Style. When you think about Jay-Z, you think about The Blueprint. But when you say Chris Brown, what is Chris Brown's ultimate album? And I just don't think he has one. Now, granted, can you tell me you could pull 6 or 7 songs off of each one of those albums and make a best of? Yes. But
Oh, okay. All right, wait. Now I'm looking at the albums. Chris Brown Ultimate album, I would say, was probably exclusive.
the
The
one
one
with
that had
you
wall to wall on it.
and
With
Kiss
you.
Kiss.
Yeah, that's his ultimate album. That's the album that if you look at all Chris Brown albums, I'm looking at them all right now, and the boy got a lot. It's definitely exclusive. Exclusive is probably his album that you put up. Yeah, that was like the album when people were like, "All right, he a grown man now." Like, let's really like listen to some of the shit he said. Because after that, he just got better. Fucking Fame, 11:11. Like, I mean, I know he got a higher stack, but yeah, I would say exclusive. Exclusive was the album that I would stack up against it for sure. Exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like
Because you said it with Luther Vandross. When somebody lean back like this, look at the album cover, bro. Like, look at
no. So his new album
look
is out right.
look at the album cover.
Right. I mean, he had his little jacket on. You feel me?
Little jacket and everything.
I just feel like when you think of him, like I said, when we think about R. Kelly, we think about certain albums. When you think about Luther, you think of certain albums. When you think of Usher, you think of Confession. But I just feel like when you put that in a room with people, when they think about Chris Brown, what are they thinking about? Whereas everybody,
they think about Chris Brown as an artist because you're talking about each person has one album. This man has multiple platinum selling albums. It's not just one album. It's if you put a Chris Brown song on, you know what's going. If you put on Yeah 3 times in the club, if you put on he basically did a different version of Michael Jackson's. Like, he's one of the only artists that did a tribute to Michael Jackson, Take You Down. If you put on Poppin', if you put on all these songs, at any point, people going to know what it is.
But my point is, that's not on one album, though.
But that's what I'm saying. You're minimizing them to one album because it's really all they got. This man don't just need one album. He has the thing about Michael Jackson and Prince that makes them great. It's not just one album. It's their category of music that makes them great.
Okay, so if you had to think about Michael Jackson, right? If you had to bring up Michael Jackson, what album is Michael Jackson's classic album? You're going to say Thriller.
No, I don't think that's his classic album.
You don't think so?
So
Thriller,
Michael Jackson album.
So you telling me Thriller is not his classic album?
I think. Let me look at Michael Jackson's albums. Nope, I don't think that it is. Off the Walls, I guess. Michael Jackson albums. Because I think Escape was a great album. So Michael Jackson.
Okay. But Escape was throwaway music. You know what I mean? It was remastered.
Bad. What about Bad? Off the Wall? Like, come on, I'm saying. When you look at Michael Jackson, it's not just yes, he has an album that people know, but it's not about just the album. You pick songs, his best songs, and they're all off for different albums over time. His music transitions through time well. Like, it's not just one album with Michael Jackson. It's his whole catalog. Think about the movie just came out. Literally, his music is doing. He's dead, and his music is doing numbers because of one movie, and they're not all on one album.
This is true, but I'm saying again, I'm just trying to say a classic album.
But you said in the beginning, you said the artist and their music. You can't limit them to one album because that's not their music. Their lineage don't stop with one album.
You're right. You know, I mean, this Carl from his own 18 podcast apologizes for him changing the rules in the middle of the game. You know what I mean?
Like, you still gotta get rid of Usher. Like, if you think about music wise, like I said, I would have probably did Luther Vandross, but until you started saying samples, I get it. Not saying we wouldn't have got those samples in a different way, but I love Usher, and I think Usher laid the groundwork for Chris Brown. But I just think Chris Brown at this point has surpassed Usher, if that makes sense. I think he kind of surpassed him, and it's okay. That's fine. Like, you know.
So if you had to compare Chris Brown to anybody else, who would he be compared to then, in your opinion?
In R&B?
Mm-hmm. I say there's nobody to compare him to.
Yeah, I mean,
it gotta be MJ.
Yeah, because like in R&B, because technically Michael Jackson was a pop artist. category
Correct.
technically, and so is Beyonce. She's technically. I would also put okay. I would say Bruno Mars, and people need. And this is the thing about Bruno Mars, people sleep on. People sleep on Bruno Mars, but his fucking albums, every album Bruno Mars has ever created has either did the top ones. He done done Grammys, his most nominations. Like the dude is a legend. And I think music wise, not performance wise, music wise, I would put Bruno Mars music. But he don't again, he don't have as many albums as Chris Brown. But he's a writer. He's written for Beyonce. He's written for Rihanna. He's co-written a lot of songs. So I would put Bruno Mars up there for music wise. But yeah, I think Chris Brown is he is the Michael Jackson of our time. I know he don't like being compared to that, but I think that's like when it comes to the R&B lane, not the pop lane, because that's gonna go to Beyonce all day. Like you're not about to lie. Like
But
that's
you think Beyonce is really pop though? When you think about it,
technically she is. I mean, I don't think she is, but technically that's what she's categorized as. I think a pop artist because she
huh?
stars different genres. I'm pretty sure. I think it's R&B/pop. I think her and Michael Jackson kind of categorized as the same thing. If that makes sense.
See, Beyonce, I look at her as a R&B artist until she started doing the country album. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't look at her as a pop artist, but I kind of get what you're saying. Like she's making the popular music, whereas
Yeah,
then people are following her, the cultural impact that she's having on people as kind
yeah.
of reminiscent of a Michael Jackson,
Like
just a
yeah,
female
like
version.
Lemonade, Formation, like those type of, they take. I think basically, I mean, obviously, people correct me if I'm wrong, but I think basically the difference between R&B and pop is when you take R&B to the next level where it becomes a pop culture. Like that's basically kind of like what happens. Like when you transcend that break that wall. Like we knew Michael Jackson as an R&B artist, but once we got freaking Scream and
They remember the
uh,
times and all
Remember the
that.
Time and
Yeah.
We Are the World, We Are the Children type of shit going on. Like he broke the wall. Like he had to basically make our own category. So, but yeah, I would give Chris. I mean, and he really humble about the music thing. He not humble about a lot of stuff, but he don't like being called the best. But I think that boy deserves to be the one of the best in his career, especially compared to people like that already been around. Like
Okay, so that if you had Chris Brown, right? So if you had all right, so let's put it this way: if you had Chris Brown, if you had okay, I'm gonna give you this better. If
what's
you
the
had
question?
$20,
Family
if you
Sam.
had, if you had $20, if you had $20, right, and
Hmm.
you could buy one CD, would you buy R. Kelly CD or would you buy Chris Brown CD
Chris Brown CD.
over R. Kelly?
Yeah, because the thing is, it's not about. Granted, my aunt played whatever the CD that had "Step in the Name of Love" on it. She played
Chocolate
that CD
Factory.
out. Yeah, the Chocolate Factory. Chocolate Factory. She played out. So it's not about that. But again, if I'm thinking about like just growing up, I probably yeah, it would be a Chris Brown album.
That's
Like
crazy.
yeah.
Oh, Step in the Name of Love. Contagious. You know what I
Contagious not
mean?
his song, yo. Stop putting it on there. It's not his song.
Okay. All right, so
He's a feature. It's not his song.
okay,
That's an Isley Brothers song.
okay. So I'm gonna give you a great example of something, right? If I had last $20, I
Mhm.
would buy R. Kelly out. And the reason I say that is I'm gonna give you a great example. When I'm traveling from Michigan to Maryland, right? I get in the car
Mhm.
and I put on one artist, right, for the 8 hour ride, right? I put on R. Kelly. You know what I mean? It's hit after hit after hit. And
So it's
then
Chris Brown. You
hold
crazy?
on, hold on. And then don't let me put on Trapped in the Closet. You know what I mean? When I
That's a
put on
cheat.
when I put on
That's not even a real song. Come on, that's cheating. Anybody
Trapped
said put on a musical series. We want
Trapped in the Closet
that's
is
cheating
genius. You know what I mean? It is so genius. You know what I mean? Like
for
I
the most
sit in the
part.
car, I could be in the car for 8 hours, and Trapped in the Closet come on. I'm singing every single word, and I'm just riding. You know what I mean? Standing here looking in the closet. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, like R. Kelly is the. I don't think nobody, just like how you put Michael Jackson on a pedestal. I feel as though I would have to put R. Kelly over Chris Brown, man. Like Chris Brown is modern day cool, but R. Kelly is classic. You know what I mean? Granted, he did some classic shit that nobody else would ever do. Yeah, but it was classic, man. You know what I mean?
I had to disagree, man, because I don't think his music. I don't think even outside of what he did, his music, most of his music doesn't. It's not going to like. Again, we talking about through time. A lot of his music was sexual. So I mean, it's like as an artist, yes, he created different types of music, but a lot of the stuff that he sung was sexual. So if we're talking about all around music where you can put on for anybody, anywhere, anytime, it's a Chris Brown song. Chris Brown got a song for everybody. Kids, old people, sex, bitches, niggas, savage, not savage, crying, not crying, heartbreak, not heartbreak, gangster, not gangster, rap. Like he just has a bigger catalog of music. R. Kelly might have a better pen. I give him that. The catalog of music, talking about an 8-hour car ride. Yes. Kiss. You just said you by itself you can play 3 times. And so I'm into you and like, come on, what? Every kiss and every hug, you make me fall in love. And now what?
Listen.
Hey, what your name is? You got it picking girl.
Listen. Look, I believe I can fly. You know what I mean? I'm a bad man from the Shaft soundtrack.
Nobody.
You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Nobody,
you know what I mean?
I believe I can fly. You got that probably because it used to be a graduation song, not anymore.
Bump and grind. You know what I mean?
Sex music.
Come on. You know what I mean? Cookie. You know what I mean? Do you ever think? You know what I mean? That wasn't a sex record. You know what I mean? Down Low. Hold on. Wait. I forgot about Down Low. How can I forget about
Keep
Down Low?
On the down low.
Right. Come on.
Again, but half these songs wasn't all. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying R. Kelly not supposed to be up there.
Feeling on your booty. You know what I mean? Fiesta. You know what I mean? Fiesta remix. You know what I mean? I wish. You know what I mean? Gotham City from the Batman soundtrack. You know what I mean? Half for the baby. Now, all right, now that was sexual. You know what I mean? Half for the baby. I'll give you that one. You know what I mean? Happy People. You know what I mean? Come on. All the old people loved Happy People. You know what I mean? That's like the Step in the Name of Love Part 2. Happy People. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You know what I mean? Home Alone with Keith Murray. That was a hard beat right there. You know what I mean? That you'll remember. You know what I mean? I Can't Sleep. You know what I mean? He was sitting there crying his heart out.
So again, the issue is that R. Kelly music isn't standing the test of time because
if I could turn back
Kelly is.
If I could turn back the hands of time,
if you could, but you know his music not going to live on forever anymore.
I'm a flirt.
What you think about it? Like
I'm a flirt with Bow Wow. You know what I mean? The remix. You know what I mean?
That's Bow Wow's song.
Yeah, he stole it. You feel me? Like in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Your leg shaking. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Love Letter. R. Kelly is the GOAT.
You are naming songs that 90% of people don't know what it is anymore.
Yo, you cannot. Okay. If you had to, so you telling me people don't know these R. Kelly songs, but people
not
know
all of them. Probably a handful of them, yes, but not all those ones that you name.
Come on, man. Wait a minute. Remember the song with him and Biggie? You know what I mean? Fucking Tonight. You know what I mean? Come on.
Again, you know? Sex. Are you hearing yourself? Look at the name of these songs. Fucking Tonight.
All right. Same girl with Usher.
Again.
That wasn't about sex.
I know, but thanks to Usher, that song can live.
That
song was about sex. What are you talking about? They was fucking the same girl. What are you talking about?
But he just talked about her. But he didn't say he was fucking her. He just said he said a tattoo and he wanted to know what kind of phone she had. You feel me? Say he never say he hit her. You know what I mean?
In the video, they were literally in
They was
different beds. We messing with the same girl. Like,
all
what?
right. Stephen David loves
Move
that
on to the
high.
next topic. You done made your R.
Th-
Kelly case. Just
Toya,
like you
Toya.
made your 50% your 50 cent case. 50%.
You know what I mean? Toya. You know what I mean? You can't, man. I'm just telling you, man. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if somebody had to go on that list, you know what I mean? If somebody had to go, it had to be Usher. And that's the sad part. You know what I mean? I just made a case why R. Kelly is the GOAT. That's all I'm gonna say. You say Chris Brown, I'm agree to disagree. You know what I mean? Not saying that Chris Brown is not great because I bump a Chris Brown album here and there. I'm not gonna lie, but he has to go. You know what I mean? I mean, not Chris Brown, Usher. Damn. So my man got
I get
herpes
rid of
and
Chris Brown so bad.
my man,
Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's all.
my man got herpes and had to go off the list. You know what I mean? Ain't that some shit? You know what I mean? So this weekend coming up. You have Clash in Italy. You know what I mean? So I want to get your predictions, your theories, what you think is pretty much going to happen in this Clash in Paris. So number one, we have Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. I feel as though.
Why you want to be in Paris so bad? Was it in Paris last year or something?
It was.
Paris. Okay.
It was last year. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. World WWE Clash in Italy. You know what I mean? So the first, and I'm not putting these matches in order of how they're going to go on the card because we don't know right now what's going on the card. So you have Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
Part 2. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I preface it by part 2 by saying there's going to definitely be a part 3. So what I feel as though they're going to do in this match, it's going to be a clean match. There's no interference, no nothing of that nature. Brock Lesnar's going to win the match. You know, Brock has to win the match, in my opinion, for them to drag it out to SummerSlam, which is at Brock's hometown, for Brock to really lose and it be over with and he walk away. Because according to him, he felt embarrassed of Obafemi whipping his ass. You know what I mean? As a WrestleMania, and that's why he walked away and retired. You know what I mean? But he woke up when somebody gave him a $5 million check that said, "We need you in Italy." You know what I mean? So he said, "Oh, I'm coming back." You know what I mean? But I'm going with Brock in that match right there.
Okay, well, I mean, I like your prediction, I like your story, I like your theory. I'm gonna have to say the opposite, and I'm gonna say it's over. And I'm gonna say only because fuck Brock Lesnar. Who the fuck gonna vote for Brock Lesnar with his big racist ass? But that's why I keep ripping his pants. Oh, SpongeBob looking boy. But anyway, so
All right, SpongeBob looking boy. You know?
but I'm gonna say it over only because of what you said. If they do want to do 3 parts, what better way to then let him? I feel like they should let him win in his hometown. I don't think they're gonna let him lose. So I feel like it's gonna be like, oh, he beat me once, he beat me twice. Now I finally can, I'm gonna go work out or do some, I don't know, something else to prepare for it, and he gonna win in SummerSlam. I still think Gunther gonna retire him in SummerSlam. That's still my thing. But yeah, fuck Brock Lesnar. Go over me. Fuck Brock.
Yo said
fuck Brock Lesnar.
Wow. Brock views expressed by Rainy Days from the Level podcast is not a views of the Zone 18 podcast. Please take that up with her. You know what I mean? Follow her on Twitter.
WWE, and I'll say it again. Fuck Brock Lesnar.
Wow. She said, fuck Brock Lesnar. That's too many after Brock Lesnar. All right. So now we're going to go to the next match, which you have Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. My theory in this whole realm of this match is Sol Ruka is going to win, and Sol Ruka is going to win the championship. And the reason I say that is, one, it's a mid-card belt. Becky has no point with the mid-card belt other than to raise it to prestige, and I feel as though she has done that. I think what they're going to do is they're going to basically let Soul win the belt so they could pivot and take Becky to fight Liv. Because realistically, what has Liv done since she's won the women's championship? Nothing. I mean, what's her name? Stephanie Valkyrie is hurt, so they have nobody for her to really do anything. Like, when did she become a manager per se? If you look at it, she's the world champion, but she's on TV acting like a manager. So I feel as though they're gonna make Becky lose the belt to her, and then Becky's gonna go into bigger and better things, and Becky's gonna feud when it comes to Liv Morgan. So Soul is my prediction in that one.
So is Sol Ruka hurt or no? I've been seeing that she was hurt.
I saw that she was hurt too, but as of this moment, even online, the match is still going on.
If she's injured, I don't think she's gonna win. I did think she was probably. That's the only thing. If she really is injured, I don't think they're gonna let her win because it would. It would be. It. What would they do? Just left. Oh shit! That's a big ass bug. These motherfuckers. You guys out? God damn. All right. Now I'm sorry. Whew. Almost.
So,
Where's the bug? Where's the cord?
all right, go ahead.
All right. Back to you saying. So if Sol Ruka is hurt, yeah, I don't think Becky coming off that title only because that wouldn't make any sense. Like they just gonna have her hurt and lose against somebody. I want her to have a good title reign. I do. If Sol Ruka is there, I'm going Sol too. But like I said, the alternative, if she is hurt, I think Becky's gonna keep it. I get what you're saying about Becky. I do think it's time for Becky to move past this intercontinental. That's the title she got, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Intercontinental.
correct.
I want her to move past this phase. She's been in this title for over a year now. It's time to circulate it, let it go. You know,
And
the
it's a
whole
mid card belt. You know what I mean?
yeah, the whole Liv Morgan of it all. I mean, Liv been doing what she been doing since she got back. So the Judgment Day is in shambles, and basically Liv is holding it together. And I think really the people that she got to go against, it's not that many people on Raw. A lot of them are either on SmackDown or right next to her. So,
Yeah,
so it's like
they need to call up somebody or do something. You
yeah,
know
they
what I
need
mean?
somebody for her to go against. 'Cause unless they start doing like what they should do is her versus Raquel, like finally break up the Judgment Day.
Right.
Just let it go. So yeah, but I'm gonna go with Soul. I'm gonna go
Okay.
with,
All right, you guys. So okay. So now here go your favorite girl. You know what I mean? Well, this match is two strong bitches.
it's
You
gonna
know
be
what I
real.
mean? You got Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. You know what I mean? I think Rhea's going to retain the belt. I
Yeah.
don't see them giving Jade the belt back. You know what I mean? I feel like right now she's just buying time. You know what I mean? For them to bring other people up and for for her to fight. Because realistically, what is the point of putting the belt back on Jade when Jade didn't really do a bang up job when she was the champion for as long as she was? You know. So in my opinion, Rhea is going to win that one.
And I've been seeing people say like, Rhea and Lib, and they went 30 days without any title defenses, and the difference is we know all the difference because of Jade. No, it's not because of that. It's not because of the skin color. Let's be real. Jade went 117 days without a title defense because she thought nobody in the back could get her. She had two shows she could have went through if she wanted to as the women's championship, and she decided to sit there and be pretty and do nothing. Regardless whether she fought Chelsea Green or whoever, she could have went against anybody. So I don't want to hear that, oh, it's only been 30 days. A month is fine, especially since Rhea been in the paint every week getting beat up by her little munchkins. And, Liv Morgan, okay, she been beating up Brie Bella and Paige, but
Mm-hmm.
still, like, I don't want to hear that. That's not what it is, y'all. Let's call it spade what it is, and what it is that no fade Jade was ducking fades. So now that she
Oh.
got these smooth criminals, I like shout out to the outfits on Saturday Night Main Event, fucks with the Michael Jackson tribute, but I don't like it. I don't like I don't like the trio. I don't like it at all. It aggravates me. Everybody's like, give it a chance. No, I hate it. I think it makes Jay look weak. And the fact
Correct.
that we had to put her around weak bitches for her to look better is insane. And you want to put the belt back on her? I wish Triple H would. This is the one time I'd be like, yeah, just please give it to the white woman because I understand. Like, please don't. She's not ready for this, but she has not shown any growth between WrestleMania and now. To me, where's the growth? She's been doing the same thing since WrestleMania. So
Right.
show me you deserve this belt. Rhea shows that she deserves the belt. I like their match, but if they give Jay that belt back, I'm gonna be mad, yo. I don't think I'm gonna be watching SmackDown for like 2 weeks because I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I can't watch SmackDown as it is. You know what I mean? And this shit
I don't
just
want to see it. I don't want
this
to see it all.
shit. Speaking of SmackDown, the match that doesn't make any sense is next, which is Cody versus Gunther. I don't understand where this came from. I don't understand how this is a match. I don't understand how Gunther is going to actually. Do I want Gunther to win? 100%. You know what I mean? 100%. I have no love for Cody Rhodes. Again, I have no love for Cody Rhodes. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. I don't know how many times I gotta just go through it, but I have no nothing for Cody. You know what I mean? And I gotta always, and when I talk about Cody, I always gotta throw this up. You know what I mean? I had no respect for this guy right here. I have no respect for him. Like, he's cool. He was great. He's the American Nightmare. But WWE needs to take that butt off Cody. I'm sorry. And what better person to take it off of him to fight Drew, who's going to come back eventually? You have Gunther. I think Drew and Gunther will be a good, match going, back and forth. But Cody, man, like I'm so tired of him. I seen him on ESPN this morning. I changed the channel. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to hear shit he had to say. Like, if he's not going to turn heel and he's not going to get a different persona, I'm tired of seeing it. You know, so I'm going with Gunther for this. You know what I mean?
Okay, so this is such a hard decision because I don't like neither one of them motherfuckers. So, I don't. I don't care for neither one of them. I don't care for Gunther, whatever y'all want to call him, aka the Legend Killer. I don't care about the QB1 American Nightmare. I don't care about neither one of them. So to be honest, I don't give a fuck who wins the belt. But if I had to choose, I think I got Gunther winning it. For some reason, I said this like last week, last time we met. Like, if I know you're gonna talk about the next match next, but if one of the two champions had to lose their belt on Saturday, is likely going to be Cody. So yeah, I'll go with Gunther. Even though
So you don't think they both would lose their belts? Because when it comes down to Roman Reigns and Jacob, I have a strong feeling that Jacob is going over. I just have the strongest feeling that he's going to go over. Whereas it's a tribal street fight. Of
mm-hmm.
course, I feel there's going to be interference. Of course, we're going to see the Usos. Of course, we're going to see my man Zilla Fatu. And as I'm recording this right now, I'm telling you guys, Zilla Fatu is going to show up. You know what I mean? And he's going to help Jacob win. And then it's supposed to be more of a two split bloodline. But yeah, Jacob, man, if they don't put the belt on Jacob, I feel like it's a waste of time. Like, he's all gas, no brakes, legitly. You know what I mean? He's beating the shit out of this boy every week. You know what I mean? He's looking strong. I've never seen a character more stronger, you know what I mean, than Jacob Fatu at this moment. And if they don't put the belt on him, it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going with Jacob.
Again, I know the game that WWE likes to play with Roman Reigns. And I really want Jacob Fatu to win. Like, I really, really think he deserves the title. If he does win, I don't think he's going to accept the tribal chief. I think he's going to, like, I don't know what kind of, like, exception rule they got, but I feel like he's going to defer. I don't think that's what he wants. I think he just wants the belt, to be honest. But, man, I think Roman Reigns is going to keep his belt. That's just the thing. And I really want Jacob to win, but Yeah, I feel like they did too much with Roman with the whole CM Punk thing to have him lose this quickly after WrestleMania. So it's
But
sad for me to say, but
why can't he though? Why can't he lose that
and that's
quickly?
a good question. You're right. Why? I just don't think that Jacob has it all the way to keep it on lock. I'm not saying he can't potentially do, but I don't think he has to always to keep it on lock the way Roman got on lock. I mean, prime example. I hate to say it, but this is just an example. On TikTok, Roman Reigns' name hashtag is like 1.5 million.
Hmm. It is.
Jacob is like now like 200,000. Like, so it's like now if he wins, this might spike him, but they need money right now, man. They
And
need
I
the
think Jacob is the money though. I don't feel like now. Granted, Roman did have the Bloodline Jordans
things
came
with
out this
Swift.
weekend. They had the Bloodline Jordans came out on Saturday. You
Hmm.
know, but I just feel like one WWE should have promoted those Jordans. You know what I mean? If they really was Bloodline Jordans, you know what I mean? But
I mean, one's a guaranteed bag, the other one is a possible bag. They thought the same thing with Jay Uso, and I love Jay, but
I don't think Jay did bad
I
until
don't think he did bad either.
he
Uh,
just. I mean, you just can't yeet all the time. Like, you know what I mean? That's all that is. And then when I think about it now, I haven't really seen him yeeting lately. You know what I mean?
yeah, he
He's been real
hasn't.
angry.
He
You
been
know
angry.
what I mean?
Yeah, that Roman Reigns syndrome is crazy. Um, they
Uh,
like marching. Like I said, in my heart of hearts, I'm gonna be rooting for Jacob Fight too. But I said if one of them have to lose, I don't think they're both going. I don't see Roman losing his belt unless I would be literally flabbergasted if they let Jacob win. Like that's what we doing. That's what I hope for. That's what I want. I want us to be jaw drop upset. But we know predictable is as predictable does.
okay, Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? I
And that
just,
nigga Paul Levesque is a predictable dude.
I mean, I don't care what nobody say. Bring back Vince, man. You know what I mean? He's sorry for what he did. You know what I mean?
Like he's sorry for what he did. He would never say that.
If Vince, my thing is this: if Vince came out and actually said he was sorry, how would people treat him?
They wouldn't give a fuck about that sorry.
That's
They
crazy.
wouldn't give two fucks about his sorries.
Gosh,
Sorry for what? That's like
I'm
if
just,
Hulk Hogan came out and said he was sorry. God rest
I'm
his soul.
the Hawkster. You know what I mean? But again, guys, like, subscribe, follow us. Zone 18 podcast on YouTube, Zone 18 podcast on TikTok, And then again, our sponsor, like I said before, you got Meet Your Connect. You tired of paying for them high ass cable bills? Pay $150 one time. You get everything you can: WWE, AEW, HBO Max, Hulu, Netflix, everything that you can possibly get with that. And then again, you got Ice Mountain, 100% natural spring water for people who work hard and want to stay hydrated. And then you got Rain again. Go ahead and tell them about your podcast one more time.
Hey guys, make sure you follow us on YouTube, the LVL podcast team. That's the Level Podcast. Show love for geek and pop culture and tell a nerd who knows a blur, who knows you, that the level is where you want to be. Thanks for having me, Zone 18. You
All right. And then we're out of here.